Okay, so it's 6:30 on the 8th. So today I'm going home, which I'm really excited to see my dogs. But there's also a dog. So one of my, okay, so it would be my nephew's wife. I don't even know what you call that. Your nephew's wife. So your niece by marriage. So it's weird how we have all these labels. And I was even thinking nephew. That sounds so weird. But anyway, so his wife was out one day, and this was around the last time I was here, and she was someplace, and she had found a dog on the side of the highway. So she pulled over to get this dog, and she took it home, and it ended up the dog was pregnant, and so the dog had puppies. So she's got these puppies. So she was giving birth, and 3 of them came with the last 2 or something got stuck or something, so she was rushing to the emergency to get a C-section, and they did one, but the other 2 puppies died. So these 3 puppies, and one of them, somebody got it, I don't know, a month or 2 ago or something, because they're 18 weeks old now, or 15 weeks or something like that. And so she has 2 left, and a girl and a boy. Oh my God. I want this dog. I want the little girl so bad. And I've been trying to figure out how to get it home. And it's, for one thing, it's a breed that, it's so crazy too, because I went on to the airlines thing to see what breeds were not allowed to fly. None of my dogs. So none of my dogs are allowed to fly. And it's so, God dang, I just can't even believe the loopholes and bullshit that we have to jump through as, I would say American citizens, but it's kind of like humans on this planet. It's like, it's so fucking absurd, man. I swear to God, it just gets me so fucking pissed sometimes at the fucking bullshit that they try and put us through. But the biggest thing is, too, is that we just do it. We just do what we're told. Oh, we can't do this, we can't do that. And we got these corporations just fucking in control of us, deciding how we get to live. And because there is technology that would go, well, I mean, that's going to be one of the big things that's released, is the technology that's been stifled in order for this people who have the money to keep making money. No new ideas can come in. But that's going to be one of the cool things, is there is going to be new ideas that are going to come in. So things are going to change. And we will have more technology. So I know travel is going to be changing. And, but who knows, how quick or whatever. But so then I was looking to see how to get the dog back. And that breed's not supposed to travel either, except for it's a puppy, so it's a little less and it's not gonna be a puppy forever, like. So we're going and checking. So I think it's too big to go inside with me. So my daughter was looking on if I added on his cargo, $600, and you have to go get a health certificate. Like, oh, it's fucking bullshit. And I'm leaving this morning. Well, I'm leaving like at lunchtime. So it's like, oh my God, it's so fucking irritating. And then of course, my niece wants me to get it because it's like keeping it in the family. And I am a good dog mom. I'm somebody who's gonna really take care of the dog. I'm gonna keep it no matter what I go through. I'm gonna take care of it and stuff. So, and it is it gives Stella a chance to raise it and to get to be a mom. She tries to be a mom to Archie because Archie's little and stuff. So she tries to be a mom to Archie. I think, I don't know, because when we're like, Max is kind of like watches over her. So he seems like a little bit more like if she's not feeling good, he's going up and sniffing her and walking right next to her. So he seems kind of more like, he's her partner or something like. But then Archie's really little, so she, I think, thinks, she needs to take care of him or something, because she'll go and start licking him and cleaning him and stuff. And Archie just is like, okay, I'll put up with it. It's just like, I picture him like Edward G. Robinson or something with his cigar, and he's just sitting there taking it. It's so funny. But this little puppy would really be looking for guidance and a mom and stuff. So, because it's with its mom right now, so it'd be going, and it's a girl, and I love girl dogs, and it's the only way to really introduce a girl into having it be with Stella, because Stella has got to show its dominance so she can be over it. And the only thing that's kind of making me nervous about my brother's situation is he's also got a dog that's an alpha dog, and she's a girl, and two alpha dog girls can just have big problems. And so, but there's definitely ways around it. So we'll just see, because my one daughter's dog, who's a husky, he's usually always the girl dogs will be alpha, but she will try, and her and King have gotten like they can go head to head. They don't get into any big fights, but it's definitely barking at each other. Like King, huskies are harassers. And for years, he would, when we would be around, he would just harass her and harass her, and she'd just sit there and sit there and sit there, and then she'd get pissed, and she'd go, roar, and he'd back off for a few minutes, and then it would just keep going and going and going. But they've both gotten older now. But my brother's dog is a young alpha female, and I would hope that Stella would just be like, I don't care about it so much. But the only thing is that Dakota, the one female dog, well, my mom's got a couple of female dogs, but this one older lab rescue one. So there for a while, I was saying that Dakota wanted to be downstairs with us all the time. It's like, because I was taking her for a walk, she wanted to just be like right by me. She would choose to just hang out with me all the time. And she's kind of getting a little dementia there. And so when they're upstairs, Stella doesn't mess with her. But when Dakota keeps coming downstairs, where Stella feels like this is my space, then Stella has gone and, got up in her face and started barking at her and hit her with her nose or something like that. And Dakota started reacting back, where it's like, and then immediately, because my dogs are pack, is the other ones jump on. So Stella's got a team all the time. They're very much pack. And then, so anyways, I would want to introduce this dog to be a part of the pack while it's young, so Stella. But anyways, that's the only thing that worries me about with my brother. But we could, just anytime that he's over, and keep Stella away. Because I'm going to have a small little area too, to make sure that, like, if I let them out to go to the bathroom or something, that they don't, well, because Max could just take off. And then, I don't know, there's been mountain lions spotted. There's foxes out there, but I don't think they would do anything. But Archie would be the one I would be worried about, and I don't know that he could necessarily get picked up by a hawk or an owl or an eagle or any of that stuff, but I don't know. I mean, they can pick up some pretty big stuff. But anyways, he's too small to me to be just out in nature, just wandering around. And so anyways, there's things, but there's also, my brother is like, oh yeah, I can put up a greenhouse, I can put up a chicken coop, I've got to do all this stuff to make the chickens protected, especially because there's foxes there, and get a peacock, I can get a goat, so I can get, yeah. The only thing is like, I want to like just jump in, start getting this, start getting that, just because I'd want to get a pig for sure, and not to eat or anything. And they don't really do much back, but I love pigs. And I had a pet pig for a long time. I think she died when she was like 15 or something. And so they just got good personality, and they do clean up. I don't think he has any fruit trees. We had fruit trees, and she'd just be out there all day long cleaning up all the fruit that had fallen down. and but they'll root and stuff like that. But anyways, I think but the thing is like, then I'm kind of like chained. Like, how can I leave? I can't just leave my goat, leave my chickens, and leave them cooped up in the coop. Leave the goat. I mean, they would have to get food and water and stuff like that. So then that also means that I gotta make some friends. Like, I could get to know some people. But one thing is my brother knows a lot of people because it's a bunch of firemen and stuff going there and retiring and stuff. And so he already knows people there. So I'll meet people. So, and he also told me that he's got a big, I don't know, 20-foot trailer and a big truck and a big diesel truck and a big old freaking trailer. He's like, well, you can use that to move. I was like, I've never pulled a trailer. I said, in the end, you got to slow the trailer. It's a handbrake. It's like, oh my God, no, I don't. And I've got to go drive the route anyways and see. I think I would feel the most safest just spending the extra money and just driving a truck down there for a weekend, dumping all the stuff, driving back, and then not the next weekend, because I was looking at the thing. So like each payday for the next 3 paydays, just to go run in a truck, drive it down, drop off stuff, and then drive it back and drop it off. And because it would only be like $60 in truck charges on that, but then there's the mileage charge and the gas charge. And the mileage, they maybe, I could talk them into giving me a better deal than 89 cents a mile, because it's 388 miles, I think, each way. So anyways, I gotta see. That's all stuff I gotta look into when I get back. And I told the groomer yesterday that I was gonna be leaving by the end of October, because I want to get moved before winter. I don't want to be in the garage another winter and freaking freezing cold concrete floor. So I want to, get going before the weather gets too bad. So anyways, I got a lot of stuff to do once I get back. And I just feel so excited Stella's going to be, because when I pick them up and take them to go dog sit, then we're going to go to the property after that, so I could see the route, see the place, see what I, figure out, get it in my mind, what I'm going to do, where I'm going to put, like how I'm going to put my stuff there and stuff. And but anyway, Stella will be really excited, but there is some kind of invasive thing that they have going, and they have these thorn things, or these, I don't know, I think they're those round ones with the great big thorns, and he said they're everywhere, and so the dogs will step on them. But my sister-in-law sent me an Amazon link to get them booties, so that they can walk around out there with the booties. But the goat will eat all that up. But they've got to go in and, my brother was saying, we got to go in and kill all those plants. And then we got to get this thing, he says, like this big roller or something. It's like a big Velcro roller, and it pulls them all up. So it's like a process. Now it's Monday morning, so it's like loud and trafficy. People are getting up. But so there's a whole process that I got to do, or that has to be done to get rid of all these plants. But also goats will eat them. And so that's one way to clear them out. So I'm like, that gives me another reason to want to get a goat sooner, because they're not coming until after the first of the year. So anyways, I don't know. Because then I was thinking, well, how do I get this puppy? And I'm going to ask her today, because if I come and drive, because I'd have to drive, and then I can't leave today and drive, because I got to be dog sitting tomorrow, and it's a 1.5 day drive. And so I have to get there, go to my dog sitting, go see the property. And I was thinking I could drive down, but see, if I drive a 1.5 days to get here, then I kind of need a place to sleep and then turn around and go back. And plus, man, so I'm going to see if she could drive some, even if like halfway or part of the way to meet me, and then we kind of meet and get the dog. Then I could kind of just get a hotel or something, sleep, get the puppy, then turn around and drive back. Which Stella's gonna fucking hate that, but I could maybe leave Stella at home. She just hates driving in the car. She just can't see me because she's huge and she can't move around very big. And so, and I used to let her have the whole back because I had a station wagon, and I used to let her have the whole back. But then once there started being, when that door opens, that always freaks me out because she goes back and she lays up against the back door. And that one time it opened, it wasn't with her in it. It was when my car was doing all that weird shit with that computer chip malfunction or whatever. But it's like, fuck, you don't know when anything like that's gonna happen. So it's like, fuck, dude. So I was like, no, she can't be back there anymore. I'm gonna have to put her up. But now that I've got other dogs too, they have the back, but they're in a seatbelt. They're in a little seatbelt, and they're at the back of her seat. So they're not into the traveling either. So I could go in my car once I got back, because I would still be at mom's. I could drive down, even, and get the puppy, and then drive back, which that's how much I want to get this puppy. It's really cute too. It's so it's American Bully, and she got the DNA test and stuff, so it's 100% American Bully. So I bet you the dog that she found was probably used for breeding or something, and somehow maybe it escaped or something because it was pregnant. Because since it's full bred or full breed, that it probably was used for breeding, like, and then and I don't know what you know, how it would be out there pregnant with another full bred, you know, because she's already done the DNA. It's all full bred. But anyways, but it's this full bred American Bully with blue eyes, and it's Merle, so it's like this white color with these black splotches all over it. Oh my god, it is the cute. I don't know what it's gonna look like. It's grown up, but it's the cutest little motherfucking puppy. Oh my god, and big paws and it's so cute. And I love big dogs. Its mom is big, but nowhere near as big as Stella, but still big enough to feel like you got a guard dog. Like having Archie, like once Stella, I hope Stella doesn't go. I hope we get to these med bed things, but I still got to consider the fact she could leave me. You know, I don't know what I mean, I know she's my spirit animal, but that doesn't mean she's gonna stay with me forever. I mean, she's not just a part. It's weird because it's like being a part of you, but it's a part of you that also is going for other experiences. She's got her own experiences, and so she's going, you know, and I don't know what the future holds in a lot of ways, you know. So it's weird because even if I can see certain things of the future, of my future, then I don't know how I get there. I don't know what happened, none of that stuff. But then that's the game that you play with yourself, is like, well, is it gonna happen? Is it true? Am I crazy? So it's kind of just like well, just wait and see. Wait and see. I mean, go anyway, you know, I don't know. But no matter what, I like guard dogs. I like to feel like I've got a dog that's, you know, protecting me and stuff, which Archie is. But I mean, he could be punted. So there's certain dogs that are a lot more seem a lot more scary to people if people are trying to mess with you. If somebody, you know, some strange guy comes up to the house and I'm out there and Archie goes running up, he's not gonna be very intimidated to be like, oh, okay, I see you got a dog. But, you know, Stella, that's a different thing. In my other house, there were people, I mean, a man would come up and try and talk to me, and Stella would go out there. And it's so funny because she does that all the time. And it's not like every single guy who's trying to talk to me is some kind of a weirdo, but it's, but they get very put off. And, which is, well, that's cool. And so, but so this would be the same kind of dog. When it got to be an adult, it would be more intimidating, where it would be like, if that dog's in there barking, it'd be like, okay, let's go someplace else. Because they've got big mouths and big heads, and they look like if they take a chunk out of you, it's gonna be a big chunk. Especially Stella. Like if she's here right here, her head's bigger than my head. Her mouth, look, her mouth is huge. And then if she was aggressive and wanted to take a bite out of you, it would be a severe bite. And she does have, I don't know if she has the same kind of lockdown jaw as like a pit bull or something. Because now, you know, they go through and say, oh, these dogs aren't good. These dogs, they're just fucking assholes, I swear to God. They just want it to be like, we don't value certain things. Like, it's, oh, yeah, well, they're not really good anyways. It's okay if they euthanasia. Even to sit there and, oh, we're euthanasian at the humane shelter. Oh, well, we got a euthanasia. You're euthanasiaing puppies and healthy dogs. That's not euthanasia, dude. That's fucking murder. So call it what it is. If we were sitting here doing it at our house, we'd be arrested. It's fucking bullshit, man. I swear to God, they just cover their own selves all the time. I'm still cracking up, though, about Mike Johnson coming out and saying about the Jeffrey situation and that Donald was an informant. It just cracks me up. There's so many of these people that still nobody. But that's the thing, is like where your attention makes a difference, because they're saying stuff all the time. They're releasing information all the time, but you're over here, looking over here, whining about this, talking about this, staring at that. So many people miss out on all this other stuff because they're so distracted or so you got too much attention on something else. But that's what the gift from the universe is going to come blow in, so everybody gets an opportunity to see like what they pay attention to, because what you pay attention to creates your reality. And so that's going to be the lesson. It's like, oh, wait a minute, I was focused on this, I thought this. So you created that reality for yourself. Once you go, and there is like a reality happening around us. I mean, the sky is changing. I saw a video, this was a wild looking video. And it was I'm trying to think, I think it was the sun. Because of the blue Kachina. Are they talking about the moon? This is getting me so confused with all this moon and sun stuff. But I feel so sure it was a video of the sun coming up, only it was blue, and it looked like it was in water. It looked so crazy. And it was over, I don't know if it was over Missouri, Minnesota, it was over someplace. And somebody went out in the morning to do something, and then they're like, oh my God, look at this. And then the guy whose video I was watching, he talks about stuff like the Blue Kachina and these markers of prophecy. And so, the red moon was supposed to be there the 7th, but it showed up the 6th. And so the red moon is a part of prophecy. And then the white sun is, and we've already been having the white sun, so we got all this prophecy happening. We got so much stuff happening that's showing that stuff's happening. So we have a real reality happening with this 3-eye alpha, what is it called? The ship or whatever, where they can't figure it out. Oh, we don't know. I think it's a ship. So this 3-eye atlas, that's what it is. Hold on. So the 3-eye atlas, which is probably a ship, and it's not coming from outer space. It's coming through. It's weird, because how I see it always in these visuals that I swear I've seen in like movies or something, but it's like realities and vibration. And so it's like busting through these things that are like different, going through all these vibrations to get to this one. So it's like, I don't know, I see it like, it reminds me so much, it's the same like as Portal, the same thing as like in the Barbie movie, only this is like cartoon version, but like goes through, you know, like, I don't remember if they showed her going through the actual portal, but a portal can be like a door, a gate, a mirror, a window, anything that's leading into something else. A window looking outside, that's a portal to another world. And I'm inside, this is this world. I look out the window, it's a portal to another world. And then a door, you go through one door to enter another space. You go out of one reality into another reality. And we have lots of doors and windows and stuff in our reality, which gives a lot of entry points really to other beings. But we are, you know, there's a spiritual ignorance in our vibration, but we're about to be enlightened because we're going to have new information that's going to come in to spark our memories and make us realize where that's going to be the big woo and a realization that is going to spark the I think it sparks the solar flash. That's what I think. I still don't think the solar flash is about to happen. I think this is all building up, and I think that Donald or Donald's team or the White Hats or the NSA, whoever you want to think of the light that's coming in to break down the dark, because this is really going on. I just saw this video. It was so funny because it's like, this is a show. This is a fucking movie. So it's showing two military people getting arrested, and they're taking them down the hall, and they're cuffed, and the people are like, we need to tell all the Americans, you need to stand up, stand up to their control and all this stuff. I can't remember what they were saying, but it was like that. It's time to stand up. We can't let this happen. And because this is because it's so weird because Donald's trying to break through and break shit down. People think he's breaking real programs, like he's destroying good stuff. And it's like, no, this is the fucking stuff that they created to enslave us. He's trying to get us back to the Constitution. And this was difficult. This has been difficult on this. I'll tell you in a sec. But so he's trying to expose, because he's trying to get us back to the Constitution, because the corporation overrode the Constitution to create their own rules of law, which they put us under, which we just submitted to. And but yeah, yesterday it was Seth, whatever the fuck his name is. He used to be on, he's like Jimmy Fallon, Colbert. He was off Saturday Night Live, and then they gave him a night talk show or something. Oh my God, I swear to motherfucking God, what a fucking dick. You are the stupidest motherfucker in the world, or you're just a fucking puppet. Shut the fuck up, you dumbass motherfucker. And Colbert, oh my fucking God. Get this fucking show. Like, if the show's over, get that fucking asshole off the fucking TV. Misleading motherfucking piece of shit. I swear to God. This fucking God. But it's so, because I was a liberal. I watched that shit before. Now watching people watch that, it's like, oh my God. You can't say anything. You can't say anything. And I couldn't even be in the room. I could not fucking believe it. Because they're putting it on in the morning, and I don't know, my brother can still remember to laugh at that stupid ass shit of putting down trauma. But the Seth, oh my God. So yesterday morning it was Seth that was on in the morning, and I'm sitting there watching whatever his updates on whatever the current events of Fantasyland. And I swear, I had to keep leaving in the room. I couldn't even be in there. I was getting so fucking irritated. I just sitting there, just, you know, wasn't showing I was irritated. I just kept going and doing things. I wasn't like getting mad and storming around like, oh, this is bullshit, or anything like that. But I was feeling it. I was feeling like, oh my fucking God, you want to go in and go, this is bullshit what he's saying, you know that? This isn't true. This is bullshit. And look at this fucking, this is all he's got to talk about? Well, I mean, if Trump wasn't there, what the fuck would this guy have to say? It's like, it's like, Jesus Christ, man. Every fucking thing. It was like a fucking half hour. These are whole motherfucking shows just talking about Trump, making fun of Trump. Like, get the fucking goddamn, be for real. And it was, Oh, there's a whole thing. Everything is just making fun of him too. Or the whole thing, just trying to always make him look like a dumbass. And I don't even know what the whole fucking thing was with the roof. There's something about Donald was up on the roof. He was doing inspections. He's doing all this stuff, fixing the place up. You know, and I don't know. I think it probably got tore up. I don't even know. You know, it's all a big fucking show. But he was on this whole long thing about he's up on the roof and they're trying to talk to him and they're always trying to say he says such stupid stuff and they're always making fun of every little fucking thing. And then they'll just replay these certain things like, oh, like he said, he's a very strong guy. He's a really strong guy. This guy's a strong guy. And then they'll go through every fucking video where he says, oh, yeah, he's a strong guy. He said, you know, I was doing a great job. And, oh, yeah, well, it's a strong guy. It's like this stuff. And they just keep playing and playing and playing. It's like, but this is, who fucking cares? Who fucking cares how many times he fucking says strong guy? I mean, it probably is some kind of thing. Go put it in the post of the letter and you find, like, oh, here's what he's really saying. But anyways, who fuck cares? What the fuck? It's like, god damn, this is what you've got to talk about? And then the people who are listening think this has some kind of relevance? It's like, this is so fucking stupid. I couldn't fucking believe it. But it was even stupider than that. It was just one thing after another. It's like, oh, look what he did. Look how he walked. Look what he said. Look, he looked over there when he looked over there. And blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh my god, damn. And then Colbert. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, I mean, that guy is fucking... Yeah, I mean, there's that video of him with that kid is already going. There's way more people. Have you seen this? Have you seen this? What the hell is he doing? Yeah, what the hell is he doing? And then somebody found a video of a missing kid that looks exactly like that kid. Looks exactly like him. It's like, doesn't this kid look like that kid? Well, it's probably that kid, because that's what they do. They steal kids, and they do weird shit. They fucking do real weird shit. And then they get the kids all stressed out, and then they go, I bet it's good brew we're brewing in here. Let's get a straw. These fucking weirdos, I swear to God. And some of them are into the pervy shit, too. So they don't just enjoy just stressing the kid out and just doing weird shit like that. Torture, but then also, like, they're really sexually turned on by kids, too. It's like, fuck, man. Yeah, and I don't even know. His video is so fucking weird. Look, he's got a kid. Okay, he's got this weird room with weird colors. Like, he thinks he's doing a music video or something. And then he's got this kid with this paint on his face. One half is like pink, one half is gold. And then he's just standing up against the wall, terrorized. I mean, you see the terror in this kid's face. And he's a little scrawny kid, a little skinny arm, little skinny shoulders. And fucking Colbert has got the same weird thing with some weird hat thing. And the music is, I can hear it. Let me see if I can get it into my mouth, though. God, I can hear it so loud. And that's so weird. You can hear something, but you gotta move it from here to there to get it to come out. It's like, it's an 80s song. It was really popular, which he just makes you just want to turn your stomach. And, I can't keep hearing it louder, okay? Maybe I'll hear it before I'm done. Or maybe I can say it before I'm done. But anyway, so he's going up and singing it in his face and making the kids sing it. It's like, what in the world are you doing? Like, fucking weirdo, man. Oh. So, so anyways, that has been on in morning time. God, I hope we're not having that on this morning and any other shit. It's just like, oh my fucking God. Because it really does. And then listening to people laugh, it's like, oh my God, you guys, you have no idea what the fuck is going on. It just, you want to tell people, but reality is, what they're looking at. Reality is what they see. Reality, and you can't bust somebody else's reality. They have to shift their attention. They have to look in a different way. They have to question something in their reality to see it. When somebody is in their reality, and you're knocking at the door, come on, listen, look what I'm telling you. And it's like total resistance. It's like, no, this is what's really real. This right here, when I'm looking, this is real. And you're like, no, it's not. There's this over here. Look over here, look over here. And then it's like, no, what are you, crazy? This is it. It's like, oh my gosh. But the person, the receiver, they're the ones who have to question it. They have to go, wait a minute, they're telling me that there's something different? What if there is something different? Like, you have to be like in your inner thoughts. Like, you have to, otherwise you've got yourself pulled into a reality. So you have to question this reality. You have to be like, okay, what if this isn't true? Why is he saying that? Well, where is that? Why is he doing that? So you have to somehow poke a hole in your reality and turn to see a different reality. So it's the receiver who has to make a move, make an action. That's why you can't save anybody. You can't break them out of their own reality. And it's so crazy too, because even in this awakening, where I've said some of the people will wake up to this, they'll wake up to this, they'll wake up to this, but they're stuck on that. Oh, they're just sitting there stuck on it. And then it even makes it more weird, is because they have seen these different realities, but they're still so focused on this other one. But that's where you start being like, okay, why would that be? What is the point? Why can't they just, when their mind's open, why isn't it just open all the way? It's because you are to learn from these certain things, and the lesson is not learned yet. So, and then what would be the outcome if you were always looking at the wrong thing? And what would be the outcome? Well, it's going to be that they're going to suddenly show you, so you can see what you're doing wrong. Nobody can tell you what you're doing wrong. You have to see. So everybody's hung up in these different things, on these different plateaus of realities. And that's why the universe is going to come in and flip the lights on so that they can see from what they can't see. And that is what Donald is the one flipping the lights back and forth. Prepare. And then there's it's so crazy too, because it's such a spectrum. So even in the awakened people, like in the prepare, you can get overly prepared. Like there's people like, well, I've had my fucking food for 6 months, waiting for this blackout, waiting for the power to go down, all this stuff. We've been told this, we've been told martial law, all these different things. And so you get really hyper-focused in that, like, and forget to live your life, which I can tend to go that direction. Like, fuck, man. And then, so then you're like, well, you're not living your full life, your full potential, your full thing, because you're so focused on what could happen, what may happen, what's going to happen, but you don't know when it's going to happen. So then you're missing all this time. And so it's like everybody's got lessons. It's not just this group over here who thinks he's the bad guy and that they can't see the truth. It's going to be huge, and everybody's going to have all these different things that they're going to all of a sudden be like, whoa, I didn't see that. I didn't understand that. It's going to be like this. Everybody's going to be having them. And but the more you open yourself up to communication, to the spiritual side of things, the more you are open, you really open yourself, then the more you're working through it right now. That's why the lights are going off and on, off and on, and off and on. Because then you get these little, oh, that, this. And so then you're like preparing yourself more for what's to come. So that's why it's going to seem, for some people, it's going to seem like, what the fuck? I'm going through this really hard time, and you're just like, it's like, yeah, but I was preparing. I was the little pig who was building my house out of bricks while you were out having a good time. So it's going to be, but that's what we're mentally, emotionally preparing more. We're see what's happening in the world, and we're preparing ourselves for what's going to go down. And it's going to be big. It's going to be big, but there's going to be, it's like segments, it's like stairs, it's like, it's not just one thing, it's multiple things. And, but Donald is one of the things, because he is bringing our attention to the truth. And even when he tried to, get people like, oh, there's bad guys here, there's this, and you can't trust them, and these people are bad. Because he didn't say it nice enough, and he was a big airbag or whatever, the people, I don't want to listen, he's crazy, oh, billionaire, stupid ass, oh, he's arrogant prick, they just blow him off. It's like, well, that's your own bias, so let's see where that gets you. But because he's been telling and preparing, and now he's in the action going, he's taking things down, and it's freaking people out. So I saw another one, because I pay attention to the money one too, and I'm always like glad when I see those ones pop up. And so the debt calculator was saying, so it's changed again, and it was saying it has 2 different states on it, Florida and something else. There's a bunch of things going. It has a bunch of stuff. So there's still things that are going, because the money is going to change. The financial institute is going to collapse, because it was built on our enslavement, it was built on corruption, and it was no good, and so it's going to collapse. And he's been giving information, preparing people, but a lot of people aren't paying attention, so when it collapses, they're going to fall apart. A lot of people who even, those of us who have been paying attention, and we tell people, always like, oh yeah, you've been saying that for years. It's like, yeah, but there's all these actions, these things are happening. This is already in play. The ball's in play. And be like, oh yeah, whatever. It's like, okay, think what you want to think. But that's now, he's not just talking about, there's some real bad guys here. No, now he's like, it's going further. It's the next step, the next step, the next step. And when these people aren't paying attention, then it's going to be like, which step are you going to catch it on? Because you're not. So that's where it's like their own distraction keeps them from seeing what's going on, which is going to build more into their revelation. But it is, but that's their lessons. See, there's something inside their soul that is going to learn from what they weren't paying. It's like, why weren't you? What were you doing? And so that's where they're going to learn from themselves. That's why it's not nobody can save anybody else. You can't teach anybody else. You can't show anybody else. You get to see what you see, and then you have to take action in what you believe, which a lot of what is going on is preparing for a big change, getting ready for it. But I still say it's going to be like a bunch of things. And like I said, the ball's in play. Things are going. So Donald is taking down programs. And like my brother had said something like, yeah, Donald's changed the age for getting Social Security to 67. So you're not allowed to retire now till you're 67. And I said, yeah, but everything he's doing is to show the corruption in those programs. All those programs are going down. He's putting in new programs. So, but all these people get all freaked out. Oh, he's taking SNAP. He's taking DSH. He's taking the Federal Reserve. He's doing this. He's doing that. Because it's all fucking corrupt. It's all fucking bullshit. Our whole fucking life, our whole world has been revolving around bullshit. And so, yeah, he's fucking taking it. And, but see, they're caught in the fear and just like whatever, Seth Rogen, Colbert, and whatever, is her stupid ass name. That lady, CNN, MSNBC, whatever, all these motherfuckers, the shit that they say. And so they don't see what's really going on. And so so it's gonna hit them like a fucking ton of bricks when all of a sudden it's there. It's like, wait a minute, I thought he was doing this. So it's like, no, that's not what he was doing. I'm trying to tell you. But the yeah, okay. So it was the debt calculator was showing something, and the guy who was explaining it was something about, so it's, okay, now, I'm not knowing if I'm explaining this right, but say, all of us, they came up with, they were going to have birth certificates so they could track us. And they gave us all numbers. So we all have numbers. It's so weird too, because you have a number on your birth certificate, and you have a number, social security number. So they're always giving these numbers to track us, because that's all we are to them, is a number. And then you know about the straw man and the maritime law, all that kind of stuff. So that was all so that they could create these rules and laws to control us. And so they create this number to track us, and then the value of the country is built off of our number, it's built off of our work and all that stuff. So the debt calculator thing, while this guy was explaining it, was like, so we gave all the value to our country, each person, you know, wherever you are. And I don't know how each person's system is, because the banking system was in America, though. I think in England and in Australia, because there's something about this trifecta of a laundry system. But so I think theirs may be set up the same as ours. But so we gave the value to the country. So we, the people, the numbers, is what gave it the value. So now the value, it's like the payout. It's like where it is valued now, we get it back. They don't get to keep sucking it and suction it like they've got our straws, all sucking our energy, sucking out all of our work, everything we do. Now it's like we gave the value to the country, even though they say, you know, it's in $34 trillion in debt or something. That's all going to be wiped. That's all going to be paid. Everything. I think it's a part of the BRICS, which I saw Steve Bannon before I left talking about. Yeah, I only saw it like walking through again. And yeah, well, the BRICS, that's our problem. You know, they're trying to compete with us and stuff. It's like, so even some of these people, if you think like, well, they know what's going on. Well, there's so many people don't know what the fuck's going on. But like I said on that podcast channel, it's very it's just so much about focus on division. Those people are idiots. Focus on division. It's like, oh my Lord. And fear. This is gonna happen, that's gonna happen. Oh, we're going to war. Let's talk about it. Let's go talk to Senator so-and-so. Let's go do it. It's like the same fucking shit as the news. It's like, but you know, I mean, that's a step down. You know, my mom's taking step downs, go from Fox to the, you know, so it's still, you know, leading her in better direction of opening. Yeah, it's loud out there. But see, that'd be the other thing too. I wouldn't want to just drive straight out into here. I'd rather drive to the outskirts if I'm going to drive back and get this puppy. But so, anyways, so the BRICS is good. I mean, that was the start of the change of freedom. The pact with all of the officials saying we're going to the time of peace. We all sign on. It's going to be a bigger treaty than the Constitution, because it's going to be global. And everybody signed their names like, yep, we're going for peace. I don't even know what it's going to say in there, but it's going to be like that same thing with like the Declaration of Independence, and all of them signed it. There's going to be all these big leaders who signed us into a point in time of freedom and peace on earth. And so this, you know, this will be something that will be like, this is the best thing that ever happened to us. But right now, you know, all these people are like, no, man, we're going to worry about that. It's like, no, we don't. And it's the best thing that ever happened. And so so that's going to clear out the debt. So all the different countries' debts and stuff will be clear. We're going back to point A. It's a reset. We're going back to the beginning. And so the free and clear, you're out of debt, which is all going to happen for us. Which in this, it said that loans are going to go to 0 to 0.3 interest percent. So there's going to be a big drop. So that may be how they're going to do it. But they also said it's going to end state income tax, all the taxes. They're ending all these taxes. What is the one that they're always talking about? I think with rich people and stuff. An investment tax or something. So all these different taxes that they've been taxing us on, they're all ending. The interest is going from 0 to 0.3%. And then the banks are ending. It's going to credit unions. And, it's North Dakota and Florida. And the guy who was talking about it said, because I think North Dakota, I don't know about Florida, but I think North Dakota is already in the credit union system. They already, that's what you use, credit unions. And so it's going to be, the credit unions are going to be more of the banks now. And the credit unions are going to be our own. Like it's like company owned, it's like people owned. It's not going to be these bankers doing this shit. So we're going to become our own like banking system through these credit unions or something. But there's also supposed to be, I think for a while, there's going to be like, what are they called? Like counselors trying to teach us how to become our own banking system. Like, so goes out of debt, and then the value of the country is us. So all of everything is going back to us. That's where this big payout thing is coming, and it's not going to just be a huge payout to everybody. From what I understand, people over 60, they get 100% payout, which, we've got through some shit, like them fucking me in court over my brain injury. Like, there's a lot of fucking shit. And a lot of people have been through some fucking bullshit and have been robbed throughout this. Well, there's people who are 70, 80 years old who have been robbed their whole fucking lives, or people who are 20 and 30, they're just starting their journey, and they're all speaking out like, this is some bullshit. And, but, like, their debt's going to be cleared. They're not going to have all this debt that they're trying to saddle them with. I just saw a video talking about a young kid at work, like 19 years old, and didn't have insurance. He's just come there. He's making $60K doing hard labor, and he had some issue. He went to the ER, cost him $2,000 for 2 hours, and couldn't find anything. Goes back to work, then keeps having an issue. Go back to the ER, then they find, you got a hernia. So they say you need surgery. The surgery is going to be $55,000 for 3-hour surgery. So he's got to pay the $2,000, $55,000 or $57,000. So he's in $60,000 or more debt right now because he had to do all this stuff. So the guy was talking about, because he can't get any help, he can't get any Medicaid or anything like that because he makes too much. Because he makes $60,000, so he can't have anything. You can't have a car, you can't have a house, you can't have anything to get anything, and then they make it ridiculous. And he's like, so 7 hours of shitty medical service takes his whole year's wages of his hard ass working. It's like the system's fucking fuckery, such fuckery. And so, but that kind of stuff is gonna be wiped clear. Like the hospitals and stuff are gonna go bankrupt, because there's going to be so many, but I think there'll probably be a lot of lawsuits and stuff. It's going to go bankrupt. Like, the people who are kickback and giving them the kickbacks, they're going to go bankrupt, and they're going after them right now. And so, and it's a big show. It's like in Congress and stuff, and they're going after RFK, like it's all this big thing. So they're going to go after the farms, then they're going to go bankrupt, and then who's going to be keeping the other places going? It's just going to be a tumble. It's going to be just like, this falls, this falls, this falls. It's the fall of an empire. It's just one thing hits into another, and they just keep falling. And and it includes the banks and everything like that. So, but then the younger people, there's going to be all these incentive things, because, they need the younger people also to continue building community and keep working, or if everybody all of a sudden, here's $1 million, nobody has to work anymore, everybody's gonna go sit on their ass and do a bunch of nothing, then we won't have a functioning world. So there's incentives. So there's going to be incentives. So younger people are going to be paid way more. They're going to get real jobs where they can really go learn skills and have something to offer, so they can go out and make a lot of money. Like, so skilled labor will go way up. But there's also going to be a lot of technology. So technology is going to skyrocket. And so younger people are going to have all sorts of opportunities. There's going to just be opportunity opening up for them, and they're going to be paid significantly higher wages. And then there's going to be for families and stuff, because they want to build family. So they're going to try and keep moms at home, not because we don't need because women are worthless, like what women were trying to fight back and give their worth, is because there is a better way to run the households, a better way to do the system and stuff. And so men can get paid more, work less. Women can be home with the kids and be paid to educate and go out, I would imagine that there will be things like libraries and museums and stuff. And so for parent moms to, have money, have resources so they can go out and show their kids and teach their kids and actually be living and experiencing, and people will be able to go and take their kids on trips and stuff. So there's going to be a lot of like incentive money being given back to families. And then also the incentive package thing that he's already brought up is getting old folks back into homes and out of the old folks home and back with their family, because then you got a sitter right there. And then people are like, yeah, well, how's that going to help me? My mom's got dementia. What am I supposed to do with her? Well, they're going to be big changes, because they're going to start with the medical. So there's going to be lots of steps that's going to be changing. But see, you can see how each situation is going to be its own unique thing. So it's going to be like a wave going, but it's going to be how it affects you is where it's going to affect you. So everybody's not going to have the same effects. It's going to be unique to your situation. But there's going to be a lot of things opening up to change situations. So there's going to be a lot of incentives, a lot of things changing with our health, a lot of things changing with our finances. So there's going to be all these changes occurring, and that's going to be driving in a new direction. But I still say the hold up for people isn't so much that they can't, because people right now are like, well, they can't wake up. There may be a small amount, which I see more of it being more religious people who can't break through the firewall of, because they've got it built so that everything, they're tricking you. It's the demons, they're tricking you. And so they're going to keep hitting into that wall. They're going to have a hard time getting over that. And so even, when beings are coming in and trying to enlighten us, or any of the stuff that is trying to come into tell us, there's these firewalls for them that are like, so I think that's going to be something that's going to hold people back, of being able to break through. So that could be something that holds people back from awakening fully, is these firewalls of this creation of like being tricked, and the demons and all this bullshit. But I think the biggest hurdle for people is going to be facing themselves, facing their own ignorance, facing their own temptation and where they went and all those things. It's going to be facing themselves. So I say it's going to be the healing part. It's going to be when they do awaken, and all of a sudden it's like, what? I'm this stupid. I'm this, I'm this hateful. I'm this. They're going to see these sides of themselves that they're not going to be happy about. They're going to feel shame. They're going to feel guilt. They're going to feel exposed. They're going to feel ignorant. People don't like to feel that stuff. And that's what the ego is there to protect you. So they're going to feel a lot of stress. And I think that is what that's going to lead to a lot of suicide. There's going to be a lot of that's going to go down. Hold on. It's definitely too cold now. So it's going to lead to a lot of suicide and stuff. And then that's the hurdles to overcome to get to the higher vibration. It's all about forgiving yourself, letting go of things, moving forward and stuff. So that's what people are going to be working towards, raising their vibration. And the people who raise their vibration and move towards this loving, accepting, but it starts loving yourself, like I keep saying and saying, is when they can move through that. And there's challenges. I mean, there's challenges going on time, just like here, being with my family. It's so freaking fun. I swear to God. And look at how I was holding myself back. Oh, I'm not going there. And people make fun of me, and they've been judging me, and they all call me crazy and stuff like that. And nobody listens to me. And then total, you know, it's like a 180 or 360 or whatever. It's like this total turnaround. And then I'm gone, and I'm not held on to people. Oh, well, you said this to me. Well, remember when you said that? And I'm being hateful, and I'm not holding on to any of that. I'm just breezing, and it is the best thing. I've had so much fun. Yesterday, my friend from we became friends when we were 16. Went out and lived a lot of life with this girl. Had a lot of experiences with her. We have a huge experience bowl together. That, you know, when it was in this period of time when we were growing, so we, you know, she's very significant in my life, and I hadn't seen her in a long time since I was back here. Every time I come, I see her, and we had met up in New Orleans and stuff like that before when I was married to the last guy, but anyway, so but we don't really, you know, we don't talk all the time on the phone or, you know, email or anything like that. It's just like, well, I'm going to be in town, you know, come visit. And it's just like she was saying yesterday, it's just like no time has passed. As soon as we're together, it's just like, you know, we're just right there. And so we spent all yesterday, she was here, because she knows my whole family, of course, because, you know, she's been involved with me for, gosh, what is that, like 40, let's see if I'm 64, known her since I was 16. What is that, like almost 50 years or something? Yeah. This was like 48 years that she's been in my life. So, you know, of course she knows my family and stuff. And I knew she'd be super excited. And I knew she'd be crushed if she didn't get to see, you know, if I was, oh yeah, well, my brother died. And she, you know what I mean? So, so she came, and she was here all day. Then my aunt, who, yeah, her dementia, she's getting the, and to me, it drives me crazy because dementia and Alzheimer's is parasites and toxins, but you can't get that through. Like when I sit and listen to people talk to, and see, and I don't interrupt, and I don't like, nope, you guys don't have any idea what's going on. No, I just sit there and listen. But so, you know, like they were even talking about everybody, you know, so many people being sick, and they're like, oh, I think it's because they used to do stuff with radiation. So I'm like, the toxins, the environmental toxins and poisons that we breathe in and stuff is killing us. And they're increasing it, they're speeding up, they're putting more and more in, and people are getting sicker and sicker. And all the time when they were telling us, like, well, that'll give you cancer. Eating chips, well, that stuff will give you cancer. Now everybody's got it. Everybody's sick. Everybody's got all these problems. And that's the same thing with the dementia, and it is the brain fog and long COVID that is buildup of all this shit and a depleted immune system and a depleted mineral system. And so there's things you can do to make a turnaround. But everybody's like, oh yeah, I gotta go to the doctor, gotta get these tests, gotta do this, gotta get on this medicine. It's like, so you just sit there listening and watching. But anyways, it's but my aunt, she's bad in it right now, and getting worse to where the doctor's like, well, she's gonna need to live with you. My cousin, she just moved out and bought this house, and she's like single. She's like, oh, now I'm gonna be, you know, having to take care of my mom, and so but things are gonna be, it's like, to me right now, everything in life is pushing you to see yourself. So, you know, she can be, you know, well, her mom's getting worse and worse and worse, and she's being pushed in this direction. But when the lights come on, she's gonna be like, oh, I was gonna take care. I was gonna go and take care of her, you know. And then there's gonna be a lot of things that are gonna come in and help take care of people, like, but not nursing home. There's gonna be, like you said, the nursing homes are gonna be changing into more like retire. They're gonna be changing. They're gonna be like places where old people just go to die alone and lonely, and staff doesn't take good care of them and steals from them and sexually assaults them and stuff like that. It's gonna be way different. And so, which will take, you know, people to be there working. So we have to have a society that still prioritizes keeping a community running and stuff. And but through these different things, is also was building up priorities and a sense of community. And you know, well, this would, because you hear people all the time, you know, what would work, you know, what we should try. People, you know, getting these little sparks coming in of ideas and stuff, because there's information out there that we're tapping into at this point. And so it's going to lead us in new directions. And but this is also this opportunity to get to see yourself. So people are being pushed in things, and some people are, fuck that, fuck them, fuck this, and then they're going to see that side of themselves, and they're not going to like it. And so it's going to, you know, like I said, it's going to lead to a lot of people and off buildings or whatever. I remember the fireman, you know, he was talking about, well, there's a lot of people that jump off buildings. You just don't ever hear about it. He said, we're constantly going out to calls, people jumping off fucking bridges and buildings and shit. And so, what was I going to say? But anyways, wherever those, I keep hearing that song too, but I still can't get it. But on the money thing, so there's gonna be a lot of incentives to help younger people build up, and so they're not gonna be broke, they're not gonna be struggling. There's gonna be money, there's gonna be, the whole thing is gonna be about starting to really live life, starting to really experience things, not just be a debt slave and a fucking worker. And, but all of you know, I mean, it has been the older people who have created the value of the place. So there's going to be a big payout to a lot of people, and so that is there's going to be a lot of things on the money thing, but because it's like, what I heard is like over 60 will get a 100% payout. Then over 45 is going to be like a 35%, and then other ones it's going to be like a supplementing your income. Like you'll always have money to rely. You're not going to have house payments and stuff. Like things are going to be so different. People can't even wrap their heads around how much different it's going to be, and how much more peace they're going to find from not being in the struggle, not being in the dog-eat-dog competing for this little job and all the bullshit and fucking insurance shenanigans and stuff. Oh yeah, because he was talking about that yesterday too. But anyways, it's gonna be, all these things are gonna be changing, and that's why I said the ball's already in play. It's already changing, but so many people don't see it. They're not paying any attention. They're paying attention to this. They're paying attention to that. They've got this problem. They got these issues. So everybody's distracted and stuff. But you know, for some of us, we're sitting back and watching it. And it's like, oh yeah, I see it. The ball's going. So the debt calculator is saying some more stuff. That's all good news, and we still haven't gotten any big announcement. But there's got to be all these other things. I don't know. I just think there's a lot. There's kind of like a lot of balls in play. There's a lot going on. And it's speeding up, and it's going faster, and it's getting more and more attention, because it does take the receiver to question the reality, to see more to the story. Otherwise, you just keep looking at this one thing. What are you talking about? There's more reality. Look, it's right here. And it's like, no, you gotta push back, and you gotta look over here. You can't just have your face right here. That's all I see. That's all I see. Yeah, but you are the one who's got your face up there. Freaking take a few steps back, look around, you know. So, and they're sneaking up on you, by the way. So anyways, that's what the part we're at right now. But that's the part where I see is what I would you know, the awakening, the pulling people away from the wall to see what's outside. They'll look behind them. Oh yeah, because my brother told this good story, and he was on, I think it was the Palisades fire, and he said it was just crazy, and they were going off the freeway. He said it was like 50 of them, and they were, so he said they take the hose, they're running the hose, and they're carrying it with them. He said they ran out, but they kept going. He said this was, so they're trying to do one of those trenches to stop it. He goes, but we weren't going to stop it. There's no way, but still, I mean, that's what we have to go out and do. So they all have these tools, and he said to even get out there, that they had to clear a path. So they're having to, like, you know, they didn't have machetes, but like, you think about like going through the jungle with their machetes, trying to, you know, make a path so they can get through this overgrown thing. So he said the ground totally overgrown. Deers can't even go through it. And he said they're out there just clearing this path, so this little path, and they're going, making it, and they got to get up there and do this trench to try and stop the fire from moving to this, to jump the freeway. So they're going up there, and he said, and then they'll have, he said this was a county captains, because the captains are watching, you know, you've got lookouts like watching the fire and all this stuff. And so he said they had this county captain, and he's watching the fire, and he said this guy was such a douche. He said something different than that, but he was this, I think maybe a rounder guy, but he had this big fat, he said this big fat cigar in his mouth. He was just sitting there, and he even said this really pissed him off, because they're all on radios and stuff. The guy's like, oh, were you guys scared of a little fire? And my brother's like, yeah, motherfucker. Like, yeah, we don't want to be burned, stupid ass. So, fire's something you should be scared of, dumbass. And so he's watching the fire this direction. So he's watching over here. And then they have their another lookout over here. And this guy is telling him, you need to, well, because he was telling us so many things. There was all these things. Like they have to bring the helicopters in, and when the fire's getting right up next to them, they'll come and dump the water. Well, the numbers at one point when all the helicopters were down, because one helicopter hit into something and got hurt, so they pulled them all down. And so they're out here, and the fire's all around them, and so they're digging this thing to try and keep it from going. And this county guy is watching the fire over there, and he's like, yeah, it's fine, it's fine. With the other guy, who is, must have been the city guy, he was like, we need, I don't remember what they call it, because they've got all these stuff, their own language. You know, we need a 3-minute warning or something like that. And this guy keeps going, oh, they're fine, there's no fire, it's good, it's still out there. And this guy's like, bullshit, we need this, because they're calling in something. And this county guy keeps going, oh, shit, and he's got this big scar in his mouth, like, yeah, no, it's fine. And these guys are all start freaking out. And these guys are down here just having to trust the lookouts, like they've got, you know, they can't do shit. And so, and they're way out. He said they'd lost the hose, was way back. They was way out there. And he said they went too far, because they should have stopped where their hose was, but they kept on going. And there's like 50 of these firemen out there doing this trench thing. And so you got the county guy over here, oh, it's fine. And then you got the other guy over here, and he's screaming like over the radio. This is all over the radio. And then he starts yelling, turn around. And my brother said it was so smoky, couldn't see shit, but he kept seeing the one guy was walking. So he said he could see like this figure go. And so he went over to look at the other side. And then he goes, go! I just couldn't cry. Because my brother was, hold on. So he said that as soon as the county guy got up there, then he was like, go! Because the fire was right behind him. Hold on. So these 50 firemen take off, and you know, they've got all this stuff on. He said all of them, he said, we all just took off running, and all we have is this tiny, tiny path. He said it's like a deer path, like it's this tiny path, and we're all running as fast as we can through it. Everybody, through the watchers, the lookouts and everything, everybody is running as fast as they can. He said we ran for like 3 minutes, and then we're all like, whoo, whoo, and we all stop and we turn around, and right where we were, where we had just run from, was already engulfed. And so then they stood there for a second, and they go, go! And they all took off again, and he's like, they're running as fast as he can, and he said, he said, you can't even imagine unless you see it. He said, it's just like the fire just engulfs. It's just like an ocean of fire. You're just surrounded with an ocean of fire, and it's just moving, and the place you were just standing is now full. He said, they took off again, and he said, they're running and running. God, it's intense. And so then they go again, and they stop. And they said they were running for like 3 minutes. They turned around, in the place they were just at, totally engulfed with flames again. They take off, and they get to the road. But yeah, it was that the county guy, yeah, and he said that when they got to the thing, the county guy, he just got in his car and took off because he knew he almost killed all those people. So, but that's the thing of reality and what you look at and what you're paying attention to and what it is when it's like sometimes you got to turn around and look at the other side because you're not seeing everything. You're seeing that one thing and you're not paying attention to all this. But that's about to be the whole thing for a lot of people's reality. So anyways, but that's what it is, you know. Everybody's got their face up against the glass. I don't see anything. I don't see anything. It's like, yeah, but stand back, turn around, walk over there and look that way. And then, so that's the lesson here for humanity. That's the big lesson that's coming, just like that county chief or captain, that county captain, that he just had a big lesson to learn because he almost killed 50 fucking firemen. And by his own idiocracy and in his arrogance too. He was super arrogant. And they weren't listening because the county chief or the county captain was overriding all of them. No, but the other lookout guy, I think he was city or something. He was like the captain from the firehouse, and he was saying, "You gotta go," and this guy was saying, "Nope, nope, nope." And so, anyways, it was him who had to release, and then they all took off. So, anyways, that was intense, but that is going to be the lessons that, you know, is coming in for the people. But I think it's when the people all of a sudden see that's this energy shift, that's when the energy is going to shift. And I think that is what brings the solar flash, this change in vibration. It's just like, woo-hoo. Just like how right now we've got all this Schumann, all these solar flashes coming in, and it's affecting us, and it's creating all this energy. Well, when we send one back out, so we're getting affected, but we're about to send a big one out. So we're going to send a flash out, and that is what's going to me, the solar flash, or this thing that's going to happen. It's really is busting out. It's busting out of the bubble, like we're in a space bubble of the firmament. We're surrounded by the waters. And this, to me, is the solar flash. Is this disruption that's going to send. It's going to break it all down. It's going to break us free, and that's where you're going to go to your vibration. Some of us are going to go to a new, better place because we're vibrating on that. So we're going to create this whole new world, which we're in the process of creating right now. But it's going to go better. It's going to get more. And then others will go to wherever their vibration is, just like I was shown with the marbles. It's vibration, 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 and everybody's going to go to where they're going. But to me, is everybody to suddenly see what they didn't see is going to send this huge vibratory thing out to our space. and that is going to hit like into the sun that creates the solar flash. So, but I don't see it as like all of a sudden everybody awakens and then it happens, because I don't know. I don't know how quick it's going to be. I mean, you got people saying it's going to be 2027. I mean, it could be quick, but we have, we have got things to do, but there's going to be like, it's going to be intense until then, no matter what. It's going to be, you needing to work on yourself. You needing to, become the best person you can be. Don't let all the interference change you from who you are. There's lots of interference. There's lots of shit that can take you down and bring you down, but you can't let it. You got to overcome it. You got to become who you want to be. And you got to shed this old self, the chains, everything that holds you back. You got to shed it. So that's the process that I see happening. And all these good things starting to change, because there is a world that's coming that's going to be, it's going to be a lot of freedom and stuff. It's just not every single soul is going to be able to master. But that doesn't mean they're stuck there. Like I hear these people are stuck there. I hear these people, only 15% of the people. Well, it's like 15% of the people right now are already awakened and doing the work. So they're the only ones? They're the only, no, I don't believe that either. So we'll see how it plays out. But I think it's going to be a lot of people, but it's going to be a lot of different realities. We're not going to all be living in the same city. It's going to be a lot of different realities, and realities are going to be very different from each other, just like the difference of going to Austria and going to China and going to Russia and going to Africa. It's going to be different realities, different ways of life, but it's going to be a lot more free. It's going to be a lot more healthy and happy, and a lot more experience, and a lot less restriction. But the people who don't make it, they're not going to be bound. The only thing that holds you back is your vibration. You always have the opportunity to work on you, and that's what they're going to be doing, is working on them, and they can always be coming. So anyways, everything that's going to be happening is going to be good. It's for the better of experience, the better of souls, the better of mankind, the better of everything. So, and it's the thing that's ending has been very toxic enslavement. So yeah, it's gonna end. The universe is like, they're played out. Your time's up. And they didn't do anything good with it. All they've done is destruction. So anyways, that time is up and it's ending, and that's the fall of the empire, and endings bring beginnings, and we're going into a new one, and everybody just is going to be on different levels on the spectrum of being able to get there. But there's going to be a lot of people, but you can't get people to get their face off the glass. They see what they see until they start pricking a hole in it, and there's been somebody out there who just keeps throwing darts at you, trying to get you to see. So he's doing a good job at it. It's getting a lot of people more to see. And so there's going to be more things, I'm sure, over the next few weeks. It's just going to keep picking up, arresting military and stuff. And the cartels, and they're saying, oh, we're not scared of your military. We'll take them on, because they got to show, like, the fucking arrogance behind these terrorist's that have been running our world. That's what these fucking, the child of Roth, the fellers that rock, they're not out there doing it themselves. They got to hire the people who have no morals, that don't give a fuck, prioritize money. So those people are all the ones that are going down. So anyways, that's what I got to say about it. So we can get on with our day. But we can look at my hair. And then in the morning, I'll probably get up and do my thing, and then I'll take off on my next drive to get to the next thing. And then once I'm there, and it's going to be just regular, I'll just be in another place. But I'm going to also bring my things. I don't have all this weird lighting. I swear to God, I'm going to look and I'm like, oh my God, do I really want to post this? I get back to my other lighting that I like better, where I feel like you can, I don't know. But anyways, so still don't know. You can see my tooth is so dark in there. And there's not really much change in this. I don't know. I did see this morning, I did think, is that getting lighter? It might be, but I haven't had time to look up and see what it is that I'm putting on my face, so I don't know. But I do think it's getting lighter. Maybe. I don't know. Does it fucking matter? Who fucking cares? So, anyways, just remember, because what you do need to care about is learning how to love yourself, learning how to love everybody else, and how to have the day you want to have. And question reality, man. Question everything. That's what I say. And I swear to God, that's what that letter stands for. It's the first letter in the word. And that's what we need to do. Question everything, my friend. So, anyways, but we'll talk about it in the morning. So I'll see you later. Bye.